Hi, I'm Makenna, and I'm a student at the University of Indianapolis. Originally, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and I moved up to Indianapolis, Indiana for my graduate program. My program is a Master's of Science in Human Biology here, and it's sort of a program that integrates things of biology and anthropology, everything related to forensics, all into one big program. So I suppose I started studying this last fall, which would have been fall of 2024, but my undergraduate studies started in fall of 2020, and I majored in anthropology with a minor in forensic science and another in Japanese. So I think my interest in forensic anthropology, which is my main goal, has kind of always been there. But whenever I graduated with my bachelor's, I started looking into where I wanted to go for my master's. And one of the first programs I found was my current program here at the University of Indianapolis. One of the things that stood out to me about UIndy as a whole was just that it was a smaller campus. I'm from a campus that was directly in the city, so really large, really big, less one-on-one time for a lot of the degrees and majors, and I just found that UIndy really had a lot of connectivity with the students and the faculty, staff, and you could really see their interest, and with the programs all being typically a smaller size when it comes to the graduate school, it really felt like you were going to get that one-on-one time, which I really appreciated. UIndy has a really big campus life component. It is a smaller school, so they have a lot of things that are really focused on retention for students and getting them involved, and that's something I'm really interested in. I was an RA in my undergrad, and I was involved in a couple different clubs, but not as much as I wanted to be. So I knew in my graduate program I really wanted to make the time to talk with people, get to know them, and just be involved on campus. So when I realized that they had a really big campus social life and an ability to get involved in student affairs and with housing, I jumped at the idea. I don't think that there's one type of student exactly that flourishes at UIndy, and I think that's really a benefit because sometimes you go to schools and it's really a certain type of student is going to do great and maybe other types of students aren't going to do as well. But I think one thing that makes UIndy so great is that there is something for everyone. There are clubs and events that are geared towards your introverts, clubs and events that are geared towards extroverts, but also clubs that are geared towards athletes, various religious groups, science clubs, math clubs, anthropology clubs, archaeology clubs, biology clubs, chemistry clubs. So there's so many types of ways to get connected, and I think that really shows that UIndy cares about getting their students involved and cares about keeping them involved throughout their entire duration, whether it's their undergrad, their master's, or any other type of degree. So I think the type of student that would flourish the most, if I had to put a label on it, is just a student that wants to be involved and wants to be connected and wants to really grow not only as a student, but as a professional and as someone with social capabilities and a lot of interest. And I think that that is one of the things that was really setting UIndy apart when I started looking into my master's program, is just that there's so many different students, so many different interests, and UIndy is geared towards accommodating as many of them as possible in as many ways as possible.